Hello and welcome, everybody. How is it? How are we? Thank you for those thumbs up. So I have a little bit of a fun thing. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. How is everyone? I hope everyone is doing really well. Welcome to the Bellatini Art Studio, everyone. So I have a little bit different of something I want to do tonight. A couple things. One, we're doing a double spread tonight. And then two, we're going to do this with 5 pencils. And I bet you could probably guess what pencils I'm going to use, what colors. I'm going to use Derwent Inktense, but can you guess? Hang on 2 seconds while I get my chat up here because I cannot see that far away. Seriously. Yes, Sarah. It's not fair, you know the answers. Yes, Sarah. It's not fair, yeah. Of any medium you want. So I am choosing the primaries. I'm going to go with a black, not necessary, and I'm going to go with a white for good luck measure. I don't know. So ultimately, these are the 3 colors I will be working with, but I also have these in case I need some help. I am scared, I'm not gonna lie. This is a huge challenge to do something this big, but why the heck not? Like, what else am I gonna do but sit here, right? So tonight, I will need a few volunteers. I have some questions that I want to ask, and I was hoping we can I know everyone will be coming and going, but I have 7 questions I would like to ask. So I'll need 7 volunteers to answer. So I was hoping how it would go is I would ask the question, the person with the question will answer the question, and then hopefully all the rest of our friends will answer as well. Oh, thank you. Yes, I appreciate you giving me this challenge. It is going to be fun. I think it'll be fun. Um, so I need some volunteers for the questions. Who wants question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7? So just throw out your number. Okay, I volunteered. So we got 5, 7, 3. I need 1 and 2. We got to start with 1 and 2. I was thinking, if someone else was going to come in, then we could give them. Oh, you got 6. Okay. What do we got? We got 5, 7, 3, and 6. I guess I don't have to go in order either. Since Sarah's the first person that popped up, 1 instead. Okay, here's your question. I'll repeat it twice. Oh, did you take it back? You don't want to go first? Okay, well, hopefully we'll do it this way. Here's the question. What is something you've learned about yourself recently? So here's the question. What is something you have learned about yourself recently? And I'm just going to give this a go while we're chatting. So you're going to need, if you're using ink tents, you're going to use some water. And I'll be right back while you're coming up with that answer. Oh, that is just, can you adjust a bit? Left side screen blown out. Is that any better? It's going to be like this a bit until the sun goes down. That's the hard part. We were talking about yesterday about timing. Maybe, how does that work for right now? Is that any brighter? Or this? Hey, that's it's still too bright, huh? Anything better? I love your answer. So if everyone else, okay, so I'll answer. Something you've learned about yourself recently. A few of you have known that I've gone through some like pretty tragic moments in my life recently. And I think what I've learned is really to trust my instincts. That's, I think, what I've learned. Thank you for those thumbs up, everyone. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so who has number 2? Wait. Before I do that, now everyone else has to answer. Question was, what is something you have learned about yourself recently? That's an excellent one, Nessa. You're learning, you don't need other people's opinions. Not yet. They haven't. We're waiting for number 2 and 4. Listen to your friends when they're saying to go see a doctor for your health. And I've learned how precious life could be. Amen, sister. I learned that I truly enjoy training, coaching. That's so excellent. Hello, Allie. Welcome. I'm looking for 2 more volunteers. So 2 volunteers for questions number 2 and number 4. So if you want them, say 2 or 4, and then we can go on. I think I'm waiting for, is Amy or Lori here? Amy or Lori did number 6, right? You're learning how to be a bigger person in your family. That is like, that's incredible. That's good luck there. Okay. So the one thing about coloring with Derwent is Inktense is they're, you're going to activate them with water. So they're going to be wet. We need to give it time to dry before you start adding more layers on. So you have to really learn to work in sections. Yeah, keeping my cool. Yeah. When you can't keep your cool and life's got you by the soccer balls, you know, what can we do? Danielle. Oh yeah, yeah. That's hilarious. Oh, it's hilarious. I think we need a number two. We're still looking for number two. Anybody for number two? Don't be scared. We're all here doing the same thing. What we got? I also learned that some people don't want help nor advice. They want to wallow with an audience. Yeah, I suppose so. I love how you shade. And one question I have a poll on my YouTube channel. Can y'all vote? Yeah, I'll take a look at that when I'm done here for sure. All right, Alley Cat, number two. Number two, number two, number two. So I think we have number. Does anybody have three? I think we're looking for three. Is that right? I don't remember anymore. So the question, yeah, thank you, Sarah. Your question is one memory from any age. Allie, thank you so much for letting me know that you like the way I shade. So let's give her a second to think. So some of you know that Luke's here and he came down with a fever. Like, how awful is that? Like, let me go to my mom's house and hang out with my mom, and I haven't seen her in a while, and now I have a fever and have to sleep the whole time. Not that I'm mad at him, but I just feel so sad for him. He feels so miserable. And I don't know if he's sick or if it's because he donated blood. He donated plasma for the first time, so I'm not really sure. Is Nessa going next? Are we at number two? Where are we? I was 6 and 7, and my dad used a pipe for us for baseball, and I stuck my arm in it, and it got stuck for a couple minutes. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that would be terrifying because I would like panic, I think. Okay, so a favorite memory from any age. Holy cow. Um, yeah. I mean, I have so many. uh, oh, or just one memory. Sorry, not a favorite memory. Um, when I was younger, probably age 15, 16, 17, somewhere around there. I used to roller skate, derby. I worked at a skating rink. I was heavily involved in a roller skating community. I grew up doing it. I've been skating since I was 4 years old. I competed nationally with like gold skate, all these different things, right? It was very difficult for me to do because one, I didn't have the money, and two, I didn't have a lifestyle for it. So I really worked hard for it. But this one time, it was 4th of July, and probably about, I would say between like 40 and 50 of us skaters, roller skaters, like outdoor roller skating, not inlines, not any of that stuff. Um, we head up to, Santa Barbara for the day. And we go all over. We're skating all over. It has been so hot. I swear to you, I had third-degree sunburns on my shoulders, and they blistered and all the things. But um, yeah. So State Street. If you've never been to Santa Barbara, there's this street called State Street, and it's like this long stretch of State Street. Shopping, restaurants, vintage stores. It's right there on the water. It's like literally you can see paradise staring at you from the top of the street. It's just it's one of the perfect places in life. So we head down State Street, and of course we're pissing everybody off because there's 50 people rolling down the street on roller skates in and out of traffic everywhere. But that's what we did. So, we get down to the bottom of the beach, and a bunch of us are like, "Oh, hey, let's go down this hill." So we get up there. Like, I don't even want to tell you the whole story because that whole story is a whole other story. But by the time we got up there, like, we've been down 100 million hills, right? Like, we've taken so many really steep ones. We grew up in an area where there's just nothing but hills everywhere, and so we're at the top of the hill and a bunch of them at the bottom because not everybody has the cojones to do what we're doing. And we get down to the bottom of it, and I kid you not, I did not compensate for the fact that I was on a beach and there was sand at the bottom of it. So I slid all the way on all of my arms, everything, and I'm sunburnt and it was miserable and I'm bleeding all over the place. Awful. There you go. That's my story. So let's see. Yeah, I was panicking for my brother, so I had to go to. Oh yeah, I can't even imagine like whole arm in a pipe, like you can't move it to get out. Holy cow! All right, so Danielle says winning book reading contest in school was taken to McDonald's in a limo. Oh my gosh, that's fun. That's a big deal. Me and my siblings was out front playing with my dad, and so he's shirt. We got inside, and it was a kitten. Wait, oh, he had a kitten, and oh, cute story. We had 6,000 ewes in lemon seasons. We took turns sleeping in the hayloft to keep an eye out for problems. Like, oh, that is a cool thing. That's a super cool thing. Lots of good times sleeping in that loft. I'm sure. I can't even imagine. I think that's the life I wish I would have grown up with. You know what I mean? Anybody else have an answer? Hey, Keely, we're here answering questions. I just had a few questions and we all picked a number and we're about to answer them. We're on number 3, I think, unless somebody else wants to tell us, like anyone else. Yes, you're up. Next. Go for it. Okay, number 3. What's the biggest adventure you've ever been on, and would you do it again? Michelle, what's the biggest adventure, and would you do it again? Yeah. Sarah won a Oreo stacking competition. How tall did you get them? I don't know if I have my right red. Do I have the right red? I think that one's too orange. I'm missing a pencil. A crimson, right? No. No, I think I have the right color. Just think I'm. What? That's a lot, Sarah. Enjoy the movie, Alley Cat. Toodles. Toodles, thanks for being here. I'm going to say moving from Rhode Island to Indiana was a very long, long, long ride, but saw a lot of scenery and stuff. But when I do it again, no, 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 no. Well, maybe. I don't think you would do it again for the same reasons. Maybe, Michelle, what do you think? So I'm going to go ahead and say van life was my biggest adventure. Would I do it again? On a double? However, I would have to do it again with a better circumstance than I had, health wise and accommodation wise, and definitely not in the same scenario. So if I could adventure doing van life again, I would. Yeah, I was gonna say, you're not gonna ever come see me. I'm only gonna ever be able to come see you. That's crazy talk, woman. Anyone else want to join in and answer that question? At the age of 17, going across country to meet my biological mother. Would I do it again? Absolutely not. Is it the trip or meeting the mother? or both? My biggest adventure was a goalie on the boys hockey team, and I would definitely do it again. So much fun. That's fun. Hmm. Driving to get Winnie back from back home. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Meeting my mother, moving out to Vegas was actually a blessing. Nice. I love that for you. Yeah, I mean, I've had some great ones. I mean, we've all lived such different lives, right? Winnie is our bus that we're converting, our shuttle bus. We named her Winnie. Oh, no. I don't want to be dropped for any reason. I think I could skydive, but bungee jumping freaks me out. That's like, woo woo. You know what I mean? Like, what is happening? All right, are we done with this question? Anybody else going to answer? Oh, no, that's not fun either. Who wants to do that? That's scary. I mean, I got pretty thick skin, but that wouldn't want to scare me. That one would be like, I might stay home, you know? Those cats have a mind of their own. So, question number 4. Here's number 4. Are you guys close enough tonight, or do you want to get closer? Because I don't know about you, but I'm blind, so I can't see when people are so far away. Is it better now? Perfect. At any time, ask me to make adjustments. I'm happy to do that. I mean, you guys are here trying to watch it, and I don't need you going blind trying to watch it. Did anybody have number 4? Are we done with it? Done with our questions? If we are missing number 4, does somebody want to go? Nobody says 4. No, they don't. All right. If you want to go with 4, let's go with 4. Number 4. And you know what? Maybe everybody answers at the same time this time. How do you think your upbringing has influenced the person you are today? The question is, how do you think your upbringing influenced the person you are today? Yeah, you're bringing me back to this. What do you think is that biggest contributing factor? I mean, I know that we're all complex, but Michelle, you don't know. I think that, yeah, that happens sometimes. Some people will take it and give into it, and some people don't. Amy and subservient, like I have a lack of agency. I'm really only figuring it out now. I had a hard childhood, and sadly, it made me a hard person. Syndrome. I relate to that, Danielle. I relate to that hardcore. I'm a genuine person, and I'm very humble. But if you piss me off, that's a whole different direction. Yeah, to save money. Yeah, that's a good one. I think so, Michelle. I mean, your parents like there's a million and one things that I could say about this right now, but one of the one things that my mom taught me, because I grew up so poor and so wretched, and that has taught me how to be frugal in times. Well, it's done a few things. At first, when I first became an adult, it taught me to be selfish, and it taught me to want everything, and it taught me to go work real damn hard for it. And that's my truth. So then as I grew up and older, I realized I didn't really want my kids to be like that. So I my mom taught me how to stretch a dollar till the end of life. And for that, I'm thankful. I don't have a dad. Um, I mean, he's alive somewhere, but I don't know him. And so I did have a stepdad, but that wasn't like a stable human in my life either. And so To be honest with you, the majority of my upbringing is my own because I raised myself along with my mom's children. So few goods together, make a meal, feed us when money was slim. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, my hubby is watching a movie where sirens was going off, and I thought it was for our area. Oh my gosh, I hate when I do that. I get nuts in the head when I do stuff like that. Anyone else? Sarah, Amy, Lori. I appreciate you all participating. That's so awesome. I guess the good things were being taught to love reading and art and quietness. You know what is so strange is we all grew up at home differently, right? We all have different upbringings, different understandings, different culture within our own life, and like, but we all went to the same school and had the same curriculums. You know what I mean? So there should be a lot more common knowledge than there is on upbringing. I think just because we spent 6 hours a day, 5 days a week in school. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Yes, Michelle, that word is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. I have always appreciated people with disability. I have disabilities. So I know how hard it is and what a struggle it is to have any type of disability, a reading disability, a learning disability, a physical disability, a health disability. I don't give a baloney what kind of disability you have. I have respect for them. They're not fun to deal with. And for people to call people that or um it's crazy. And you know what though? I have my own personal story with that word. Because that's what a lot of people would refer to my oldest son as. Like someone go, "Oh, that's so retarded," right? And I'm like, "That's an ugly word. Why do you have to say that?" And they would be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're right. Your son is." No, 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 no. My son is not retarded in any fashion. He has no retardation in any stretch of the nature. And it's really difficult. So, I mean, to me, I'm a mama bear. Like when somebody has something going on and somebody wants to pick on somebody, that's when you'll see me go, "What? I don't like it." I'll either walk away or I will like lose my baloney. Don't pick on the underdog. People are all different for different reasons. I've been like that long before Mazen came into my life. Long before. Michelle, when we make mistakes, like we gotta I mean you it's perfectly fine for you to bring it up. We're talking about it. But I don't want you to guilt for the rest of your life over the things that you may or may not have done perfectly. There's no such thing as perfection in humans, and so all we can do is better ourselves for the next time. And so that's what I would say. It's just kind of, cut yourself some slack. You're not going to always do the right thing or say the right thing. Um, I'm very, very passionate about race and people treating people equally with race. That's something that's very, very, very near and dear to my heart. I always has been, it always will be. I was the minority in my family all my life, and I'm very white. So I know what it is to be a minority in the opposite way. And people could say, no, you don't, because you live in society and you're white. Well, you know what? I know both sides. And then that means that I know the pros and cons of both. I've said all my life I'm lucky that my mom had different children with different men of different ethnicities so that I could learn something. Yeah, absolutely. And so we'll talk about everything here, and we talk about it with kindness and respect and dignity. I just ask any conversation that we have, we do it with dignity, because these things are real and they're right here in the community that we're in. And it's very uncomfortable for me. I won't tolerate it. My brain is too precious for hearing stuff like that. Ew. Jeez Louise, I'll go like nuts. Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah, and all the things that like my mom did, she really taught me to work as hard as I could to have equality with people, just not think that I'm better than anybody else because I don't think I am. And matter of fact, it's quite probably the opposite where I don't think I'm good enough. So, there's all those things and it contributes to our life and what we do and blah blah blah. Mhm. So our next question is number 5. Number 5. Who's got 5? Oh, it's thundering. Do you like thunder or are you scared? Okay. Number 5 is your favorite book and why? Are you scared? Are you scared of the thunder? Oh dear. Right, I saw that. I saw that you are an author, and I would like to learn more about that, Amy. I would. I'd like to learn more about that. No, no, any book. Any book. See, Amy, how am I going to learn more about you if you don't go live? That's okay. Right. Why isn't she talking to us about it? I haven't asked about it because you haven't said anything about it. So I was like, maybe we don't ask about it. I keep wondering how I get books, all books on audio. I know they all can't because you gotta have somebody read it for you. But Bridge to Terabithia, because I was always imagining a different world life when I was young. I just insert browsers and Indian in the cupboard. Yeah, that's cool. Hmm. I think my very favorite book ever is James and the Giant Peach. Kind of for the same reason. It like took me away. I related to the mean sisters and just wanting to get away and have friends that were like me that didn't really belong. Yeah. Did anybody else read that book? Those are good ones, Sarah. Loved a fairy tale by. Okay. Well, I know we have quite a few book readers in here. You know, I know Robin does, and I'm sure Amy does. Sarah likes to read, but she doesn't make as much time for it as maybe other hobbies. Um, who else? Who else reads in here in general? Yeah. I also love Beneath the Scarlet Sky, a true story about one young guy's courage and resilience and intelligence. Oh, that's a really cool one. I'm always into like history things, reading like about history and stuff. That's like, yeah, period pieces, period different things. I love even watching like shows like that. That makes me happy too. Listening to a book on Tube now. Lost All Alive murder mystery thriller. Pretty interesting so far. I stopped ready after getting my master's overloaded reading. Yeah, I could hear that. I just can't stay focused. I can listen to an audiobook for a really long time, hours and hours, but I can't just sit there and read. It is human torture for me. I like them. I like murder mysteries. We did try to, Sarah and I tried to watch, listen to an audiobook, it's like a month ago, 2 months ago, and I don't know, we got a couple hours into it, but somehow we didn't really stick to it. I would like to continue it. I really like it. Sometimes I get so irritated, honestly, with just the sound of TV, but listening to an audiobook, if I don't have a decent voice for the narrator, I am so noise sensitive, I can't listen to it. It's so awful, but it's true. Did we all get our information in on there? I'm not sure. We've got number 6. Is there a number 6 in the building? Number 6. Calling number 6. Okay, Lori. Oh, okay. So number 6 is favorite qualities do you value in your friendships and why do they matter? Question is, favorite qualities do you value most in a friend and why do they matter? Honesty and confidentiality. Two really good ones. Um, I'm going to demand respect in every relationship. We're all going to make mistakes as friends, and maybe not always make the best judgment call on our friendships. But it for me, it's like respect and integrity. Okay, no problem, Keely. Right now, we're answering the question: favorite qualities you favorite qualities do you value most in friendship and why do they matter? So the other question is, Lori, and why does it matter? Why? Because I want them to be true. Yes. I think I relate to that. So let me tell you a story about friendship. And this isn't my experience. Well, the experience is mine, but this experience is from our neighbor. So we live, and I've mentioned this. We live in a pretty conservative area. We live in an area where there are just a bunch of good old people doing their thing, but they don't like change and they're not going to welcome different people for the most part, slowly but surely. But my point is Sarah and I were outside working on the shuttle bus one day, and the people across the street, you know, they're definitely not going to be open to Sarah and I. They're not those types of people. And one night he comes over. I don't even remember what we were all talking about, but we're standing out in front of our garage and he's talking to us about Sarah and I should have a YouTube channel, like showing our bus stuff because it would go viral because we're gay, right? And I'm like trying to tell him, like, dude, there's tons of people that are gay and doing things like being gay is not a phenomenon anymore. And then he starts talking about this guy that he works with or goes to school with or whatever went to school with or whatever the heck his situation was, and how he was such good friends with him and he decided to transition, and I can no longer be friends with him is what he basically was trying to tell me. And he's kind of like, and can you believe that? And I'm like, well, of course I can believe someone's trans. That's like, it happens. And so I started saying, well, I said people aren't going to be very happy with myself and Sarah being married, legally married, and that other people in this world might not take what we are and who we are. But I said, there's something that you might want to ask yourself, sir. And he goes, what's that? I said, were you ever friends with him? If he's all of a sudden trans and now you can't be friends with him? And he just looked straight at me, like, what am I supposed to say to that? So yeah. Yeah. So yes, exactly, Sarah, this guy. But yeah, that's my point. That's my point. And um, you know, people in my life have seen me go from completely different because I hid who I was all of my life, until a specific time in life. And I was afraid of people exactly like that guy, So I kept me to a secret and my sexuality and who I am. And so qualities in a friend that are important is acceptance, right? We're not going to be the same forever. And why do we think we will be? A little dumbfounded by that one. Loyal and honest. It matters to me because I don't like to be lied to or be cheated. Unfortunately, both happened to me in the past relationships back in Rhode Island. Yes. Yes, I understand that. Just as much kinder than I. With all due respect, you're probably right in saying that I will deliver it because Sarah just gives the look and they die. She's definitely our RBF or whatever it's called. Like, I do too, but I don't have a problem telling you how I feel or what you should know. I do it with respect and I don't do it with like anger or 9 out of 10 times, if you piss me off, I'm just very stern because there's no reason to let myself get out of control for some reason. Okie dokie, Ellie. Just because I'm married to a man, things could have been different. I wanted a good person. I was attracted to person, not certain gender. That's good enough, huh? I mean, the thing is like, I'm okay. If you're heterosexual and straight as a board, that's fan freaking tastic. I love that you know yourself. I know, knowing ourselves is what gains confidence. And that's why I'm single. I'm so scared to be in a relationship because all my last relationship was cheated on. Ditto, kiddo. I've been there, but you know what? You gotta just understand that not everybody's gonna do that. And relationships have to be worth it. You have to be willing to be hurt. And I often tell people, you're so afraid to be hurt, but you've already experienced it, so you know what the worst case scenario is. You'll know better how to deal with it this time. We're talking about, the question was, favorite qualities do you value most in a friend and why do they matter? That's the question we're talking about. I'm telling you right now, leaving my last relationship, I was like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm going to be single for the rest of my entire life. And I really thought I was going to be, honestly. I really, really was like, nah, this world's for the birds. You can only be hurt so often. And I really thought that after that last relationship, I would be done, done, done. And Sarah is quite persistent. So it happened. Yes, until Sarah. Well, and that's what's funny is, I mean, I have had long-standing friendships. Um, but I will also tell you that I give, and I love, 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 love. And if that's not something that somebody wants, I now know that I'm okay to move the hell on. Not everybody is meant to be part of your journey. And if you hang on to that person mentally, physically, emotionally, for the rest of your life in that pain. You're literally you cannot get to the other monkey bar if you don't let go of the other one, right? Enjoy your movie, Allie. We'll see you later. Alligator. Let's do it. Let's do it, Nessa. What are we figuring out? Friendship wise, sure. Let me see if I can help. Before pandemic, I was good friends with a lady and we did lots together. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Since pandemic, and even until now, she acts like everything and everyone is contaminated. And she won't be friends with me simply because my mom died of COVID. I know people like that. Um, and I know that a lot of people that were not unstable before COVID and how much mental health issues COVID caused that way. I actually know there's a lot of people that struggle with those types of friendships right now. I guess there's a lot of people, like Michelle here, she lost her father to COVID and everybody reacts to it, I suppose, differently. So here's the questions I have for you, Nessa. The questions are, is she willing to be so first of all, someone that isn't able to have a friendship like that with you anymore, besides the fact that you got really comfortable having that friend there for you, what are the reasons you want to be friends with her? Yeah, I can imagine it'd probably be very like, come on, like, people got COVID and we all went through it and you either got it or you didn't, and I understand that concept, but I also feel like you can't hold yourself accountable for what her priorities are. Um, I've lost friends during COVID that literally have not really even left the house after COVID. Mm, just had made that connection. Well, have you talked to her about how it bothers you? I mean, most people, if we approach them with a certain kindness, they're going to be receptive. Obviously, not all, and not everyone's receptive to how we feel at first, period, right? She tried to have me over to her house, but had to sit on the porch 12 feet away, and she wore a mask the whole time. What if it's a situation where the more you go over there, the more she'll start to trust you, and she won't need to have all those boundaries? Is that something that you're willing to do for that friendship? Yeah, and it is sad because that is a very true fact that that has happened to a lot of people. Matter of fact, I don't know, a few years ago, I had gone to the hospital, or 2 years, 2.5, I don't know how many years ago, I went to the hospital, and doctors asked me if I had had COVID, answered the questions, and we started on the topic of the mental health, um, and stuff like that that people experience with it, and how many people will say no for the fear that their doctors won't take care of them correctly anymore. Oh, Danielle, I'm sorry you're fighting with him. I don't know. She hasn't talked to me since Christmas when I bought her and her grandkids gifts. Maybe reach out to her and just, say, "Hey, I'm sad. I miss you. How do we have a friendship? Is there something I can do to help this friendship?" Um, find out what her boundaries are, maybe. Because if it's a boundary that you can accommodate, maybe there's a compromise. I mean, it sounds to me like she did try to compromise by having you over. Because I know people that they won't be around people. Period. They spray their mail down with Lysol. Still, it's pretty severe. Like the types of mental health that are out there because of it. I don't know if I actually helped you with that, but I think the best way I would probably deal with that is go to the friend and say, "Hey, where's our compromise? Find the compromise." And for a lot of us that aren't dealing with that, we're kind of like, dude, COVID happened. But I'll tell you right now that my autoimmune system since COVID has been bad. And they're also learning that a lot of illnesses that are coming on because of COVID. And so people are just scared about the long term effect of COVID. And maybe they should be. Who the heck knows? Yeah, it does help to talk about it. You're correct. Danielle, are you okay? The question was, favorite qualities do you value in it most in your friends, and why do they matter? Most creators on this platform won't even talk about it. They are afraid you will tube or flag their account or something. It's like a taboo. Yeah, absolutely. I've experienced that, Nessa. I've experienced it. But here's the thing, we are talking in complete respect. We are not identifying anybody specifically. We are not using people's names. We are expressing ourselves, and there is not a reason for that. And I could not understand, if you have a problem with the way we express ourselves, then why not just move along? Why be bothered by us? And Nessa, I've always been different. and not everybody gets me. It usually takes people a time or two to be around me before they get to know me and like really understand that I am genuine and that I am here because I need the same type of interaction. I need to talk too. Life is dang hard. I can't go outside anymore. I can't go have lunch with my friends. I can't have dinner with my friends on most occasions. I can go outside more at night than I can during the day. And I'm sure my friends probably feel deserted by me too, because I am no longer able to be the human I once was. Not because of COVID, but because I can't. Yeah, everything falls apart. Yeah. That specific word for me, that one word for me is respect. I have a question. It's not on my list, but thank you, Michelle. Um, would you in a relationship, you can look into the relationship you have now with a partner or a really good friend if you don't have a partner, someone that you really, really like love them. They don't have to be like a romantic love, but somebody that is really significant to you. And would you rather them love you or respect you? Is a very intricate question. Oh, I'm jealous. I want to try those, Lori. Respect, I think. It's more reliable, although without love too, it's kind of cold. Hmm. Anybody else want to answer that question? Yes, you did. There's no difference in my eyes. Yes. Respect builds a foundation of a flourishing relationship, friendship. Love can be an offshoot of respect. Love, because if you love someone, you will respect them. Yeah, I cannot answer this question because I like to be respected and I like to be loved. Weird thought came to my mind. Respect is safer. Why did I think that? Funny how your brain can pop up with, oh, yeah. Okay, that's what I mean. They go hand in hand. Yeah. So there's actual like research on this question in that majority of females will say love and majority of men say respect in heterosexual relationships. I don't know if it matters in non-heterosexual relationships, but that's where I saw the study was in that. And it was really honestly quite interesting to me because I would have said love for so many years, because I didn't experience love like that when I was a kid through my parent or my mom. Um, and then as I got older and started going to therapy and, really trying to help myself be a better human, I not realize how important respect is. And there's a good percentage of like 70 70% of women will say love. And when I was presented with this question, responded with respect without even knowing any of that. But I think the reason why they say respect may need to be the answer over love is because love is something that you do. It's not a feeling of like, it's not, all it is a commitment. And you have to respect somebody to be committed to them. And we all get hung up on that feeling of love. And I know because I'm so guilty of it. I know Sarah is. I know we both are. And we forget what respect means. Respect means when I do not want to take the trash out, I'm going to take it out because my partner needs me to, because I need to for my partner. Yada, yada, and yada. People can love you and hurt you too. My first husband was an example. Yeah, I get that one. I do understand that. Relationships are hard. There's no real, no real answer to it. And how can you say you love me and not have respect for me? It just doesn't add up to me. Because people confuse themselves with what the word love means. Like, I challenge somebody right now to go look up the definition of love and then tell us what it says. And then we'll figure out this answer. Hello, Ivy Pearl. Well, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Oh, I like that pink glove. It's your hand. It's cute. An intense feeling of deep affection, a great interest, and a pleasure in something. Is there more than one definition, or is that the only one? Sarah. So if we look at the word love, like look at it. What is it saying to you? It's a feeling. It's a feeling. Love is a feeling. It is not a factual thing that happens. It's not tangible. You can't say that what you feel for love is the same thing I feel for love. There's no like technical definition, right? That's what I'm saying. Like when you don't feel, I mean, trust me, there are things like with Sarah and I that neither one of us, we both have autoimmune diseases. We both suffer from massive migraines. We both have our own mental health issues. There are so many times that we want to probably strangle each other, not literally, but in a way of like, I just can't do this. And I don't want to ask you because I know you don't feel good either. And it is that thing that says, you know what? I know you don't feel good. I know that it's going to affect my health to get up and go into the kitchen right now. But I'm going to go do that because, damn it, you've done it 20 times tonight and I respect you. So I'm going to show you love. That's the difference. I appreciate it. Mm, I mean, I'm up for a debate for sure, but I'm firm in my opinion. Okay, so that's my perfect scenario with it. Is love is something you do. To say I'm in love with you is a feeling that comes and goes. You are always committed to the human, right? You're always saying, I'm loving you. I'm showing up for you. I'm going to continue to love you when you're the ugliest. Your breath smells. You haven't showered in 2,000 days. You have an attitude, blah, blah. Like whatever the problem is, they hurt you. They lie to you. They spent your last, you know, dollar on a lottery ticket. I don't know what the scenario is, right, guys? There's a million. But when I say to Sarah, I love you, it means I'm committed to doing what it takes. What it takes. That's what my love for Sarah means. Yes, you can still love each other. That has nothing to do with it. But if you had to choose one from your partner, love or respect, so because you can tell your partner, I love you, and still go cheat on them. That's not respect. They still love you. They still don't want you to die. They still want to come home and cuddle in bed after they went and cheated on you or whatever the hell, right? Yeah, that's a good one. So pick what you want. Pick what you want. You live with your own standards, right? Your own thoughts, your own standards, your own method, your own way. But I just always ask food for thought because a lot of the arguments that I've had with life and people in life is because they just flat out didn't respect them. Because I wasn't listening to them. I wasn't willing to hear what they had to say. I wanted to talk over them. I wanted to get to my point only. There was no consideration for their point. So, was I really loving them? Was I really respecting them? Some could say, Jess, look what you did in those relationships. Of course you were, but not if I'm not always. And that is a tough word to use. Just thoughts, just my own thoughts on these things. Yes. What you got, Michelle? What you got? Yeah, being seated is definitely one hell of a ride. But you know what, though, Amy? Absolutely. You can have both. Absolutely, positively, and you should demand both in any relationship. But if you had to choose, what would you choose? I think loving somebody starts with respecting them. You can't love somebody if you don't respect them. How? How does that? Tell me how that equation works. Like, break it down. Break it down. How can somebody like me who's been hurt so many times in the past relationships learn to trust one another again? You know, be willing to take a chance. That's all you can do. I have no guarantee you won't get hurt. Neither will you, and neither do they. They have no guarantee. But you, my dear, are worth being loved, and you can find a good quality partner out there that will love you for Michelle. For Michelle and her love she has to offer. And there's somebody for everybody. I once had this group of friends. Sarah might remember this or may not. I don't know. There's this gal that I went to school with, and we were friends. Well, we were never friends, but somehow we dated the same guy in our younger years. And That's kind of what it is. You just have to, okay, the first thing you want to do is understand what your boundaries are. What kind of human are you trying to date? What priorities do you have in behavior? What will you tolerate? What won't you tolerate? Know all those things. What are your boundaries? What do you need? What kind of lifestyle do you live? What kind of everything? Like you have to know all those things. And don't just go out with somebody because they're willing to go out with you. You're already alone. Wait till that person comes along and you can't stand not to like be in their presence. And the more that happens, they'll start feeling that way about you too. I think one of the first things that we need to help you with, Michelle, is understanding that you're likable. You don't think you're likable. I think you think that people don't take you seriously when stuff like that with like partnership maybe. So you have to also be responsible for that, I think. There's another thing I'll tell you right now. Fear, the word fear, it doesn't exist for anybody but us. So if I fear that my partner is going to cheat on me, that fear only comes within my mind. Do you realize that there's not another human under the sun that's relating to you? Because the person that makes up fear is the person that is fearful. Because like it's not actually, unless it's happening, you know what I mean? Unless it's happening. We have these overthinking minds and we play games with ourselves. Yeah, I was literally scared too. It was freaking terrifying. It was so terrifying. I it took me so much time to just even go meet Sarah. I was not in a position to start anything. But Sarah and I also took a long time, lots of questions, very, very, very hard conversations. And, I'm sure there were things that we both shared about ourselves that maybe we weren't proud of, or maybe we were like, what in the heck was I thinking? I can't believe I'm even telling this person this. There are things that you don't have to tell everybody. But we started our relationship off like that and it worked for us. I have no idea. Like, I'm not the perfect romance specialist. Lots of courting, lots of it, lots of, you know, yeah. Yeah, it sounds to me like, we got to learn how to not have so many trauma responses. Maybe that's what we're all dealing with here is trauma responses. And figure out how to have coping skills. We have to figure out how to have coping skills. I think. Is that fair to say? Gotta have faith too, Michelle. Sorry to put my 1 cent in. Why are you sorry? This is an open conversation. If she didn't want the information, we would be having this on a private conversation, right, Keely? I mean, I don't think anybody's relaying private information right now or whatever. I mean, nobody's disrespecting partners or saying bad things about But I think Amy's right. You should want both, and you shouldn't settle for anything less than both respect and love. And I mean, the question isn't built off of, you know, you have to give up something in your relationship, just which one would be more important to you. Yeah. Shadow work, working through the traumas, heal that inner child, know your worth, self love. Exactly. Oh, I am. I'm ready to push Mike down the stairs. Oh, no. Oh, goodness gracious. Hold on, Mike. Do the things that you love and make you happy, and you'll find the right person. That's exactly how I found Sarah. That's exactly how I found Sarah. You have no idea who is admiring you in life. Sometimes we really truly aren't aware of it. Yeah. And the more real you are, when somebody is attracted to you, it's authentic. Well, you meet someone in life and they just have a horrific attitude and they're selfish and whatever, and they have partner, and you're like, why did that happen? I don't know. Maybe because they were themselves, and regardless, that person decided to like them even when they're black. And an online game, that's cool. Like, I think that the way we meet our spouses these days or our significant other, it's just not the same as it once was, and it has to be okay that way. Yeah, we did. We met on TikTok. Fun. I met my hubby and we were both, oh my gosh, that's funny. I disagree. I'm the same person I was when I met Mike 25 years ago. Are you? I'm definitely not the same person 25 years ago at all. I'm like, I guess maybe there are parts of me that are the same. I've always been like a caring and loving person. I've always been thoughtful about people first before myself. But I'm definitely a much more no nonsense kind of a gal. All those years, 25 years of my life, and man, you guys got some time. I got lots of stories. So I found out he was someone else's until he was someone else's husband. Wait, I met someone who truly loved until I found out he was someone else's husband. Oh, yes, still headstrong, mouthy, confident, loyal. He will say the same about me. I mean, does that just mean like our values are the same? Does it mean that we are the same? Is that the same thing? My values have not changed. If anything, they've just gotten better, I think. I don't know. My childhood, my life, by all means, was not conventional in any way, stretch of the nature. I think my childhood probably prepared anybody for anything that was coming. Who are we truly as opposed to what the world lives and has bent and broke us over time? Yeah, that's a good one. If my values had changed, I'd be married to someone else. A true beauty. I feel disgusting after that relationship. And influenced us. Are we even separate from the world? I can get pretty dang deep into that stuff, Nessa. I know what I know. And I know that my experiences, I have a lot of experiences that some people, lots of people that they just aren't going to ever even, they're not going to witness, they're not going to do, they're not going to experience. Um, and that's a real thing. Like I'm aware of it. When I've told these stories, most people look at me like that's not possible. And I'm like, yo, I have people that were there. Influenced us. Are we even? Okay. Me too. I'm certainly not the same person. War, life, etc. all shaped me into one way or another. I'm glad I'm not the same. That would be boring. Growth is essential for me. Yeah. That was like a condition on our relationship, is us growing. Michelle can tell you I'm not easily swayed. And you know what? And that nobody has to sway you. You're entitled to your own way of thinking. But I do think that there is something about being open and agreeing to disagree, because learning how to agree to disagree is an art. It's not something that just comes along and is natural. It doesn't even feel natural. I mean, most people feel natural fighting something. And I just think that my childhood is the reason for that. And I choose not to react to the way my childhood taught me to defend myself. Ever hear of the phenomenon called NDE? I don't think so. Do I know what that is, Sarah? Sounds like Luke woke up. He's gonna want some more time. Probably feels like cock-a-doodle-doo. Yes. Sarah should talk about her vulnerability and what that feels like for herself to hear thank you. Thank you for service. Yeah, I did. I had the craziest phenomenon. Did you wake up from your long, long nap? Yeah, I mean, I do think Sarah like brings up something like when you have a near death experience, like I think that you view things differently forever in life. Like the things that push people off, things that people hold on to just seem so minuscule to me. I don't know why so many people spend so much time angry, because angry is like such a waste of energy for me. Whenever I'm hurt, upset, or angry, I work hard to heal myself as fast as I can because I don't want to feel angry. I feel like when I feel angry, I feel too vulnerable. I feel like somebody's controlling me when I'm angry. And it's not easy to make me angry. Because angry for me might not look different for you. Your anger might be silent. My anger does not. A rift in the air opened up in the hospital. There were two blue willow lights for the woman and two such women, 5 or 6 years old, and she asked if I wanted to come with her. It was in the Korean War. My hubby's pa was in. Story isn't told us when he was getting to know everyone. Yeah. I also think life experience will depend on if you're able to be flexible with your opinions. Because the more worldly somebody is, the more they understand that their way isn't the only way. Oh. Yeah, baby. How are you feeling?
Pretty good.
Are you feeling better?
Definitely better.
Okay. Oh, you're gone. Gone.
Yeah.
God. You just needed to sleep. You're probably seriously like plus fatigued from it and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Especially if school day.
Yeah. Do you need anything?
I'm making myself some food right now.
Okie dokie. Sarah's gonna be home. We were gonna make you some chicken noodle soup because we thought you were gonna be sick still.
All right.
But maybe we'll do something different. But yeah, go ahead and eat because she's got actually she leaves in 15 minutes. So she'll be home in 45 minutes or so.
Okay. Well, if we're gonna make chicken noodle soup, I'll have 1 packet. So
oh yeah, just go eat what you want. I'm sure you'll have an appetite later. If you're hungry now and you're feeling better, do it. And I think so. I think that might be right, Sarah, in my opinion. Because I think I run across people all the time that, like my mom hasn't lived much of life. She's lived a ton of life in her own way, but she hasn't lived enough life outside of her life and her bubble. So she's quite narrow-minded. I've had a horrible life, and I feel like anger is a part of me. It's like intertwined into every fiber of being, and how can I change that? Hey, Danielle, may I ask you a question about that? Okay, so like, can you actually envision your life? Like, what if you had to remove anger? Like, you weren't allowed to be angry. Go, go, go outside. Go ask Lucas. Go ask Lucas. But I guess the question is how are they going to hurt you? Because the only way they hurt you is if you care. You have to care about something for it to hurt you. But can you actually envision your life without it? Like, without being angry, regardless of somebody else's action? Because I'm telling you right now, Danielle, regardless of how we agree or don't disagree, you deserve not to be angry. Because it is a whole different life. Trust me. I've been there. I know. And getting rid of like constant anger has freed me. I'm not angry. I don't have to live like that. And I do think it's a choice, and I think you know that too, because you're saying if I don't do it, then people will hurt me. There are good people out there. Honestly don't think it's possible for me. I harbor too much. Like, but what about like therapy? Like, is therapy an option? Because there are ways to help. So there's no way to help you with your anger, and there's no therapy. It sounds to me like that means you're comfortable being angry. And who the hell am I to tell you not to be angry? You be angry. Do you? Hello, Carolyn. Welcome. Hey, you guys. That's what I hear when people say that every single time. So you're offended by what I have to say, Danielle? Is that what I'm understanding? Yeah, we are the Goonies generation. Well, I actually went to the beach one day and I showed live to Michelle the Goonies rock from, from Goonies. It's called Haystack, actually. But I went live and showed her that one time. It was fun. I was happy I could do that for her. She was stoked. As I've said before, I'm pretty strong-headed. I'm okay to state my opinion. I've done a lot of my own healing and understanding, and I do think it's possible not to be angry anymore, regardless of how hurt you are. Because trust me, I won't even begin to even tell you because it's not even some of the crap I've been through in life. It's just like it's ridiculous. It's just literally ridiculous. And I can let it destroy me and make me angry and resentful and hung up on every small detail, or I can keep living my life and be a very positive person to the people that are in my life and that love me and need that reassurance. And, my kids deserve to have me not be angry, regardless of how I grew up or what I've experienced. That's not their fault. It's not my spouse's fault. It's not my friend's fault. It's not the person at McDonald's fault. It's not the person at anywhere's fault. So it's my responsibility to control my anger. All right. Well, number seven's question is, what advice would you give your young self? What advice would you give your younger self? You talking to me, Sarah? I'd tell myself to shut up and listen to what my elders say when they try to tell me. Or, yeah, yeah. Um, to like listen to your elders more. Is that what you're saying, Carolyn? If I could go back to 17 and tell the younger self to do what I had instead doing what I was told. It was a really big question. You know, it's an important question. Welcome back, Michelle. You doing okay? Stay away from the bad boys. Is that that's your advice? That's fair. I love it, Lori. That's great. Oh, I just was coloring in that one earlier. Yeah, I was practicing my gouache in there. Like I don't know how to use gouache anymore. I feel like I used to be good at it, but somehow I just lost it. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I like bad boys though, Carolyn says. I like my boy children. How about that? Not to listen to my parents telling me I'm not worthy and then not to hold my head. Yeah, me too, Carolyn. Trouble though. I colored a page in Small Victories today. Oh, look at this. Like Small Victory Saturday. You're waiting on yours in the mail. Dang mail. Dang mail. Well, I think if I was going to tell myself, question is, what advice would you give to your younger self? I would look at that little girl and tell her, hey, you are going to be okay. No matter what happens to you, you're going to be okay because I'm right here telling you that you're going to make it. That's what I would have told her. I would have gone all the way back. And I told that little girl that was abandoned, abused, all the things you can think about. And I would tell her, it's going to be okay and it's going to pass. And the right people will come along in your life. And this does not have to be the life that you live at all. Yeah, we're in no spend March. We don't buy anything extra in the month of March every year. Oh yeah, Lori, that's cool. I want that book too. I want all of the books. There's only one set of pencils I want. And other than that, I just need new books. And I want Copics. And I want to finish off my collection of Neo 2s. So get back up, dude. Get off my stuff. They are very nice. They're very nice. The Derwent Lightfast, we have them, and I do like them. Albert Durer, those are what I want. Yeah, they're great pencils. I do recommend them. There's going to be a learning curve with them. They are similar to Prisma in some sort of fashion. They're way pigmented. They're a delight. I would never say that they're like a most reached for pencil. They're just good pencils for like certain occasions for me, though. Called me today and they're going to deliver Monday. Nice payday. I will also get 2 more sets Black Widows. Oh yeah, I will buy skin tones instead of Black Widows in a month or so. And do you have Black Widows now? Ouch! Ouch! Waiting. What's that? Oh, fish that, dude. Okay. Nice. I'm excited for you. There's just so much excitement when people get books and supplies. Like I'm like highly addicted to supplies and books, and I think I could literally just buy them constantly. And like, but I just have so much guilt. I have given away and gifted so many sets of pencils, markers, books, you name it. I've given it away. And I definitely feel guilty when I say, oh, I want something else because I gave away so much. But I don't know. Maybe there's a trade off to it. I don't even know. I need to know. We call my art room my art hub. Oh, Nessa, when do we let's show us on a video your art room? I love videos like that. I want to see everyone's workspace, even if it's just a table. I just want to see. Okie dokie. Picture is too looking. Oh, thank you, Danielle. I'm trying. I'm still over wondering. Ouch, dude, that hurts. I'm wondering how I'm gonna put it all together. I'm gonna, make it all work out. So Lucas is feeling better? Yeah, I don't. He donated plasma, I think on Friday or Thursday. something, and he's never donated like that. He's never even really, I mean, he's had his blood drawn and stuff like that, but he's not really had any like reason for doctor's visits and things like that, like other than regular ones. And so he's not really like on the up and up on shots, and not shots, but like getting a shot or something like that. So I was really proud of him. We both have O negative. Myself, Mason, and Lucas all have O negative blood. And so they talked him into it. And I was like, oh, good for you. Do it. People need your blood. Figure I've had enough transplants in my life. I think it's nice that one of us can give back. I cannot give blood, but Lucas can. Y'all donate? A plus. Steak fajitas. What? I'm on my way right now, Michelle. That sounds delightful. Delightful. Let's see. This week, what I'm having. Would not say that this paper is the best for water mediums at all. It's the pits. It's like buckling with hardly any water. Still ones I can. I think we should, Sarah, because I don't know. Do you think so? Do you think he'll be fine? He had a fever this morning, today, but everyone at his dad's house was sick. So I'm a little like, should we? I can't. I'm an mark. Otherwise I would. Oh, I take Zicam. Am I not supposed to? Well, look at them apples. I'm like really anemic all the time. Ouch. Yeah, I don't want to risk it either. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, even if it just helps with symptoms, because I don't know, Sarah. I'm not good at having a fever. I'm a big baby. I'm a brat. I get really, really upset when I have a fever because they hurt so bad. I can't donate, I meant. Do you mind if I ask why? Because there's so many different reasons why you can and can't donate, right? If it's too personal, that's fine. I get it. Oh, I just hit the dang camera. Oh, you're anemic. Good evening, Robin. Nessa, don't worry about spelling here. Like, seriously, that's the last thing in the world you're going to get judged for around here. We all are wackadoodles with it. Wackadoodle new going card. That's like almost a tongue twister, Nessa. That's great. Yeah. This is my my challenge for my page is the 5 color challenge, 5 color pencil challenge that Danielle gave me. And I'm hoping I'm doing okay so far. I don't know. Yeah, you took an owie pill and you said you might fall asleep, so we expected you to. Did you have dinner, Robin? Did you get dinner done? See y'all later. It's getting more stormy and the phone is at 50%. Oh yeah, charge your phone and please, Keely, hold on. Don't go anywhere, okay? Please reach out to us and let us know that you're all right. Oh my gosh, I appreciate that, Danielle, because I am still scared. I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm just putting colors places. See what happens. Like my paper is so like waterlogged. I'm trying. I'm still trying to go out. We haven't seen thank you. Um we haven't I'm gonna take just a little break, just 2 seconds, okay? Because I gotta stand up and so I will be back. Oh. Oh, you want us to tell you your secrets? You want secrets? What secrets do you want? That'd be funny. Oh, that just doesn't even feel like it would be right. Um, to have that surgery all the time. Is anyone a lefty? I was born a lefty, but my teacher kept correcting my hand posture, if you will, my writing posture. She literally would smack my hand. What? I'm like, dear God, like, what am I doing wrong? And it started like my whole like embarrassment for trying to read and write and all the things. Like teachers have such a huge influence. That's a whole nother subject we can talk about. That's a serious subject. The positive and negative influence of what teachers do. Yeah, Sarah went to a private Catholic school growing up. So like her experience was even completely different than my experience. So I went to a public school. Yeah, it looks like we all got that. It's that time era, like literally you're gonna smack me for using a different hand. Why? Are you stupid? I probably said something super smart aleck when they did it. Like, why? Because you can't read it because it's left. I probably said something real smart. By that point in my life, going to kindergarten, I was already learning to defend myself from, adults. And so I probably said something smart. I remember my mom saying something to me like, you use whatever hand they tell you, you do what they say. And I'm like, Mom, like they're like literally hitting me. She's like, well, maybe that's what's supposed to happen. And Luke, where he did not get smacked with a ruler, his teacher would be like, no, wrong hand, no, wrong hand, no, wrong, like, and it really messed with his self-esteem. Miss Julia was her name. And man, that was like one of the hardest years of his schooling. I'm ambidextrous too with certain things. Not with, well, I can write. You guys want to see me write with my left hand. It's pretty foul. It's not really anything to write home about. No pun. I don't meet many people who say, so hey, where did she say that? Like when you are in like like when you walk into a conversation like so hey, like that, or I went to a Catholic school from first to fifth grade. Thank goodness they weren't like that at school. Oh yeah. What state did you go to school in? The Catholic school, Danielle? Just saying hey to someone else who is in production. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I misunderstood that, Robin. That's my fault there. St. Francis. Oh, that's right, because you did live in Virginia until you were, I think you said 10 or something like that, close to that age. It's kind of a kind of a cool age to move at 19 because like you're so young and fresh still, but like you're old enough to understand quite a bit. Most people, I suppose. Yeah, they sure were. But I think Danielle's close to she's in her I think you're close to my age, right, Danielle? Oh my God. Well, 10 is a hard age. I thought you had to 10, but 10 is a hard age, especially for girls because we are so pre-teen and pre-period and all that stuff. And man, born in 1978. Okay, so I'm 46. I'm 47, so you're 46. I always forget how old I am too because I don't want to remember. Like literally don't want to remember. All right, you guys, I've worked myself into a harder thing now. I now am going to work towards, you'll see that I'm going to procrastinate doing the skin. I'm not going to do the skin right now because that makes me sick thinking about doing it. And if you have just arrived or recently or haven't, if you don't mind thumbs upping, it does help the algorithm. In July, once we moved to Canada, teachers did not care if they were lefty. They had left hand what? The States? What's wrong with us here? What in the holy hell sometimes is wrong with us? Smashing the kids for left hand. Like, well, everybody's the same, you know? Sorry, get off my little weird tangent over here. Gorgeous. Thank you. I hope that you're saying that to the kids then, because I don't know what else it would be. And oh, I should just sharpen all these while we're ahead of the game. Is this something you guys want to see me finish, or you guys want me to finish off camera? Did you guys see the one that I finished last week? Fun. We did have fun doing that one. Mike's a lefty. He always saying Southpaw, do it right. I have a sister that is also left-handed, and it's a struggle. Where she sits at the table with people, all the things. When you're teaching her something, like she has to be able to try it herself because she's not going to learn watching that hand do it. Yeah, there's a lot of things with that. Yeah, we're here until 8 o'clock, but I was thinking tomorrow night I will be back at 5. And did you guys want me to finish this or start something new? Meaning, shall I continue with you in the future with this one or come up with something new? Like last night was a one and done. Yes? Oh, I bet. I bet. Also, another thing. The hand clapping games. My sister's hand, her left hand is stronger. So every time we would play, it would like shove my hand so hard on the hand that it would like throw me off. Maybe that's just my excuse for being really bad at it, but I'm telling you. Yeah, no problem, Nessa. No problem. It'll be there whenever we record it, whenever it comes back on. What you got going on Sundays? Is it like family day? Is that what that means? I don't blame you. We were going to go to the movies tonight. Luke wasn't feeling so hot, so we didn't get tickets. I was actually going to go somewhere. Yeah, that I have seen that too. Sarah played rugby. I was like, I think I had the rugby sweater on yesterday. Yeah, family day. My aunt, uncle, and great uncle come over. Wow, 98. Oh my goodness. I'm impressed. Typical Canadian, eh? We played hockey growing up. My family, all of the boys and me, because I was very much into tomboy type things. And you hear me say that because in my time, the type of girl that I was a tomboy. I did what the boys did. I didn't do what the little girls were doing. That's what happens when you're attracted to them, though. You know, kind of stay away from them because they're off limits when you're little. It's not the same. It is different now, but yeah, I played soccer in school, was a goalie, and I was also on the powder puff team. That's cool. I would have loved. Yes, Sarah, you really probably would have loved hockey. Hockey is fun to play and it's fun to watch. It takes a very serious skill. When I was little, I raced BMX. When I was 9, I was sponsored by Oakley. And then I didn't do much after that until I got into high school. Well, that's not true. In middle school, I danced hip hop and also cheered and was on the roller skating dance team also. Toodles, Amy. Thanks for being here. No, powder puff is we didn't have powder puff at my school, but I knew what it was. Oh yeah. Sarah's been trying to be friends with you. Can you hear my stomach, guys? Wow. Excuse me. Yeah. Um, I've never seen the cheerleaders as the guys, the juniors and seniors. That's fun. What is it, Nessa? Would you mind showing us the pencils you were using? Yep. I've got Derwent Inktense Iris Blue. And I've got Sun Yellow. And I've got Hot Red and a little baby brush and some water. You like that? I made that. I like it. Oh my gosh, my stomach is growling literally like out the door loud. Oh, other two colors. I haven't used them and I probably won't unless I need to like have some sort of pastel-y or something like that. But there's outliner and then there's antique white. So I may or may not use them throughout it. I could probably use the white because it will help like dilute some stuff that I want to add more highlights to, but I really try to use the white paper for that. I try so hard not to use white in my art, unless I'm physically trying to dilute the actual color I'm working with. Like I need it to be pastel-y or lighter. Especially with Derwent ink tints. What that sound was. Just kidding. I didn't hear your telegram. Oh my gosh. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Nessa, that means a whole lot to me because I was even talking to Michelle about it like earlier today. I have very serious imposter syndrome, like a very serious, healthy dose of it. No kidding. Not even joking. Just want me to grab something for Den Den. I have, what is Zupa? Love? You got this girl or oh my gosh, teriyaki. I'll do it again. Teriyaki again. You don't have to ask me again. Are they still open? Yeah, till 8 or 9. Probably 8, 9, I think. I don't know about Saturday. That sounds so good. Woo! Oh, really? The soup. Just soup, like from Olive Garden? I have my ice cream, please. Oh, Sarah, she needs ice cream. Amy went to the store earlier and I think she got me milk. I don't even drink milk. But you know, when you're going to the store, you just need certain things. Well, flavor. No, I don't really need ice cream, Sarah. I was just, Nessa was asking for it, love. Not I, said the fly. Good night, Danielle. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for encouraging me to do this because this is a scary adventure right here. I feel like I may have gone nuts by trying to do this, but yeah, Rocky Road. But I think we have had it in there. I hope you get some rest tonight. I hope you guys aren't mad at each other all night. What? What are you talking about, Michelle? You mad at me? Are you mad at me, Michelle? Oh, okay. I was like, what in the heck did I do now? I'm in trouble. If you were mad at me, you could tell me. I will listen to you. Well, because I can probably, I think he'll probably take teriyaki, Sarah. Because um, I mean, you could be mad at me, right? I mean, there could be a reason. Sarah, could she be mad at me? Sarah, would she get mad at me? Do you get mad at me, Sarah? I'm sure you get mad at me. My eyes keep closing. I think I'm gonna go. Okay, Nessa, thank you so much for being here. I've enjoyed having you here tonight. I've enjoyed everybody. Thank you. Oh, good. I'm glad you love me. I don't want you to be mad at me. Okie dokie. Nessa, please enjoy your family tomorrow. Eat great food. Have great conversation. Give that family big old fat hugs. And see you soon. Yeah, that's just the pits when have an argument with your significant other and, if you don't resolve it, it's like, to me, it haunts me. I'm that person. I know other people can turn off stuff like that, but it'll literally like haunt me and I'll overthink and I have to resolve it. Like, even if we can't resolve it, like I have to be able to have normalcy. So I can't just like go on being mad at Sarah or upset at Sarah forever. Like we will continue to act normal, even if we have things to talk about. Not to say we're avoiding it. That's not what I mean. But we will talk about it. We try not to like if we get mad and throw a fit or something like that, we say what we have to say, we think about it, and we go on about our business and come back to it. That's how we try to deal with our conflict. Because clearly we're going to have conflict, right? We're married. We live with each other. We're in a partnership. There's going to be conflict. There's going to be things that we're like, yeah, I don't align with that. Doesn't happen too often, but when it does happen, I think when it does happen, it kind of throws Sarah and I off. Like, what is going on right now? Like, what the heck? If Sarah and I are having like a beef about something, it's probably something we've already maybe talked about, and like one of us is like slacking or something, like didn't pay attention to how the other one felt or something like that. Luckily, Sarah and I align on a lot of different things. A lot of those pressures that I think we don't have, that maybe I've experienced in previous relationships before. We have a different way of coping than what I've experienced. Am I still here? I don't know if I'm still here. People are probably like, just shut up. I don't want to hear you anymore. What part of it? What part of it are you loving? Thank you. Being in a relationship is a full-time job? Or being respectful is a full-time job? All of it? Maybe, perhaps. I say all the time, like in your relationship, we get hired and fired on a daily basis. And it's like, you go to bed fired, you wake up the next day, and hopefully you can get your job back. And unfortunately, and fortunately, every day is like this thing, like a new chance. And you get to do what you want with it. Act how you want to act. Be who you want to be. Say what you want to say. All the things. One thing I have learned over the years, I will tell you this is my own personal experience, that you can be whoever you are, the most amazing communicator under the dang sun. And if you have a partner that can't receive your communication, you're banging your head up against a brick wall every time it happens. And I think a lot of times that's like what I was experiencing, is that I didn't have a relationship with somebody that wasn't emotionally, mentally mature, mature enough to handle the type of person I am. And I definitely wasn't in a position to accept the nonsense. So I think that your communication in your relationship can be different if you're in different types of relationships, but the goal is like being in a long-term relationship and trying to communicate with that partner and learning and growing. And if people aren't growing, and just shutting down, it's not easy. Okay, good night, Lori. Please, everybody that's dealing with weather, please be safe. Thanks for being here, Lori. Remy, it's Mama. It's Mama. No barking. You've been good all day. That's because brother's home. I don't know if it was really Sarah coming home, but Remy's losing his bahonies, and if I tell him that, maybe he'll just be quiet and wait. It's nobody. He just heard somebody, and I tell him that every time. It's Mama. It's Mama. Settles him down a little bit. Thank you. Why? I know Sarah doesn't say it either, and I've learned not to say it myself. That's why I say toodles my noodles. Or Sarah will say, like later. She doesn't say bye. Like if someone says bye to her, it's like offensive to her. That's like a language I had to learn of hers. Later, Tater. Yeah, stuff like that. Like when people say bye, and I mean, I get it. It's when people have experienced like tragedy and loss and stuff like that, then maybe those things hit a little bit closer to home for some people. Yeah, like when you're leaving or like, it's natural. It's like it's something that we're culturally we do, but I understand like the feeling. I still do it on occasion. Like you will catch me accidentally saying it on here sometimes. And Sarah has never asked me to say that. It's just like it doesn't make her feel good, so I just don't do it. So, do you think any of you will try this double page 5 color challenge? I wanted to use a doodle word tile in words with friends just now. I accepted the boink. Sarah likes those things, Robin, like word games and stuff. That's Sarah's jam. I think that you and Sarah, Robin, probably have a lot in common. Like she loves puzzles. Like she's a puzzle queen. Like like Luke's closet is literally filled full of puzzles. There's puzzles on the walls. Like we have like Luke has a what was that one puzzle you did that's in Luke's room, Sarah? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. It's I like watching it. For me, it's satisfying. Like I like watching the time lapses. What about doing what I did and doing like story time? Like reading a story to us while you're doing your puzzle. You can rub up against the back of a wall, Michelle, like a bear. Where's your back scratcher? Did they find it? I think that that would be your niche right there. Like, do a puzzle, time lapse it, create a story, read from a book or whatever, and just let us hear or do book reviews over them. Like, you can like put the little book up in there in the corner and people can listen to your book review while you're also doing puzzles. I don't know. It'd be so cool. Find some short stories in a public domain and have at it. So many out there that wouldn't get copyright hits. Yeah, absolutely. I need to look near the window. Oh, did you lose it there? Go get it. Tell Ivy Joe, go get Michelle's back scratcher. She gonna listen to me? Probably not. Ivy Joe's probably not even in the room, right? Again? Ah. You tell her, see, if I was there, we'd get it. Because I mean, look, this is my second time this week or month coming to get food. And we come here for the soup. And we're expecting the soup. Maybe we should call ahead of next time and be like, soup, us, now, like that. Oh, yeah. They like those things. She thinks she's probably a big old dog right now chewing on that thing. She's probably like, yeah, this is the life. I don't blame her. When we give our dogs stuff like that, man, they disappear for hours. Like, dog who? Remy and Ruger, where are you? Do you see how quiet they are today? No barking. Their brother's here. I didn't even get escorted to the bathroom by Remy when I went potty. Boy, slacking on his job. Dang. Oh, he hears me. I hear those little clack, 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 clacks across the floor. Yep, he's coming. Oops, she's talking about me. She knows. She knows my truth. Yeah, it's so true. They run havoc with me. You know how those of you that have kids, when one parent was home versus the other one, and your kids would behave differently from one to the other? It's gone to the point where Remy is not even excited about me anymore because I'm with him all the time. But he gets home and wants to like love and cuddle on Sarah, and he doesn't even know who I think starts him would be with me, especially if I just did quickly with you because it would read at least a book. Yeah, why not? It's incredible to me. It's like right up your alley. And if it takes 6 to 7 weeks of doing a book or something like that, yeah, or I know like I didn't do a very good job on mine, but like I did a coloring to like a little story to mine, like a little voiceover. And even though that was like not comfortable for me and I felt so ridiculous doing it, I'm glad I did it. I don't know if I'll do it again, but I really liked it. It's fun. I think I could like your voice, everything, Robin. I just think that sometimes when people are listening to us, some people are going to be there to watch you do something, and some people are going to be there to hear you. And when we give like a little bit of a variety, you're kind of catering to your double senses also, okay? Maybe. 100%, Robin. I really am excited. I really want to encourage you to do this. Oh, it's okay. We'll be fine. It's just teriyaki. It's not like it's a burger getting soggy, you know? Do you need to go to the grocery or the dollar store? Can we go tomorrow? Remember, we gotta step out tomorrow. I have to get out of the house. Tomorrow will be the first time in a month and a half. Or a month, almost and a half, since I've left the house. Shame on me. Yeah, we can do that tomorrow, love. We don't have to do it today. You're tired. Come home. If we have to, if we really want to, we can step out to Walmart before it closes. Hi, guy. Look at this page. 3 hours of working. I won't tell you twice. Well, I mean, it's up to you. I don't want you to feel like you're going to do something like I'm going to be upset at you because that's not, you're hungry. Our food's there. We can go get that stuff tomorrow. Outstanding. Oh, I love it. What do you guys love about it? La, 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 la. Yeah, Robin, that's probably like a brain warp when we're like, oh, it's only 9, and you're like, no, it's pitch black out here. My neighbors are all asleep. There's no Dollar Tree open right now. Oh my goodness. That's funny. I like that. Well, Robin, I really wish you success on whatever you come up with. I know it's going to be creative and fun and, entertaining. I believe it. What's the biggest puzzle you've ever done, Robin? Hmm. Thank you. Sweet spot seems like it's a lot more manageable. Anything like I think we were doing 1500 on one, and that just like blew my brain. I will puzzle with Sarah or however we call it if it's out and I don't have to get it out and I don't have to put it away. I'm the same way with diamond painting. I'm the same way. Like if I have to like do stuff like that, I don't want to. I just don't want to. Sarah, what's your yeah, I don't want to sort either. I'll just sit there and stare at the pieces and hopefully I'll find one that fits. It's not the most successful approach to puzzling, but I kind of just get sucked in literally to watching Sarah um just move like a bat out of hell, like just zooming. At least it's zooming to me. I don't know the reality of puzzle putting together. Like the same thing. I don't know what makes us good colorists or not. Just flip all the pieces into trays and just work from trays. I think Sarah, I don't we've it's been a long time since we've done a puzzle. How do you put them together? Have you done any of those 3D puzzles? I think those are cool. No folding edges, nothing. Just wait till it's the ready and go. Yes, and I also really like it when Sarah has already put the perimeter around, because Sarah likes to do like the perimeter and then do sections or whatever. And I don't even start doing anything until everything is out and the border is done. I don't even touch it. Oh yeah. I think Sarah and I've talked about her doing one. She likes to put together like three-dimensional things. So I think that's probably something fun for her to do. It definitely looks deeper here than it does on the screen because these funky lights. But wow, what a night. Thank you so much for being here. She definitely babies every. I really am not puzzling. I probably just get in her way, and she's probably like thoroughly like, "What the heck is this woman doing?" But I like being there with her, and we listen to music or watch a show, or, whatever. I like the company more than the venue ish type stuff. Like I like hanging out with her. You're welcome, Michelle. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being my ZD. Oh, Michelle, it's called cavatopy. 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 Yeah, I think Sarah likes when I'm like a little bit lost when it comes to stuff like that because she just kind of laughs at me because it really is 100% natural to her to sort things, organize things, and just give it a go. Like when it comes to puzzles, she's 100% like in her zone. That's her jam. But the storage on it is outrageous to try and figure out storage for all these boxes. Didn't you have them in plastic bags or something? Or you thought about that or something? Well, folks, I am going to get going. Thank you so much. Um, tomorrow night, I have to step out and go with Sarah to take Luke back to his Faja's house, and we should be live same time. But I'll let you guys know if there's some sort of weird traffic thing or something. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of my noodles. Good night and good night and good night. Toodles, my noodles.